All right, Dave. So now we're going to get into prepping for our listing appointment.
Cool.
So the goals when we're prepping for our listing appointment, we want to know what we're going to bring with us. We're going to do our research on the market, on the neighborhood, on the comps, and we are going to, start to kind of roughly figure out a strategy
Mm,
on how we would want to tackle this listing should this property owner hire us.
yeah, love it. How much time do you spend on this part of it?
So the prep part, I think you need to at least spend 2 to 3 hours, if not longer.
Yep.
You want to feel super confident, super dialed in. The goal is maybe you're going up against another agent that lives in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So what can you bring that's a value that, can set yourself apart of somebody that may potentially know the neighborhood a little
Yeah.
better than you?
If you're watching this and your eyebrows went up when she said 2 to 3 hours, yes, you need to be prepping more.
Yes.
A
Yep.
100%.
Yep. And then again, like, knowing the data, knowing what's going on, knowing, the neighborhood is only going to increase your confidence, which is
Exactly.
huge.
Yep. Which conveys.
Yes. Yep. So let's talk about what we want to bring. So we want to bring our seller guide, spend the money, order it in Thrive Marketing Hub, have
Yep.
a printout. We want to bring our comps with us. Most of the time for me, that's on my computer.
PDF or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Just everything. All my tabs are already opened going into the listing appointment. And so I can just go through exactly what
Yeah.
I want to go through.
Tabs. So we have the CMA open already.
Yep.
InfoSparks?
InfoSparks,
Have that
yep, have
open.
that open.
Yep.
Yes, and market knowledge, days on market,
Yeah.
medium price for the area, those types
And
of
if
things.
one thing I've done too is I actually have a folder on my desktop at all
Mhm.
times for every active client I'm working with. That
Oh,
way it's all right there. If I've saved any CMAs, PDFs as we go forward, it's all in their folder. And then once they close, they go into my archive.
yeah,
But that way, if you do have you're going to show a specific other properties MLS, have that already open
yep,
on a tab or open as a PDF or however you've saved it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. What else are we gonna bring? We are gonna bring, our market data InfoSparks that we talked
Yep.
about, a seller net sheet.
Yes.
Go ahead and create that,
Yep.
even before, so that way you can talk about the numbers.
And if you're
Um
gonna have a range of like 3
mhm,
prices, right?
yeah.
3 net sheets
3
potentially.
net sheets, yep,
Yeah.
yep, or if there's a system that has all 3
All
lined
3
up,
prices.
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Let's talk about our research. So all of the things that we wanna know going into this listing appointment, super, super important.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about comps. Comps can be run in several different ways, and
Mhm.
I think it's important for the advisor to look at it in a couple different lenses. So first lens is maybe kind of broad neighborhood overview of everything.
Mhm.
Maybe the same type of property, but maybe all price points, maybe all sizes.
Yeah, at least type being like if it's a single family versus a condo at least
Yes.
filter to that, but otherwise pretty much a wide net, right?
Wide net. Yeah. Just get a general overview of the neighborhood of the market, days on market,
Yep.
what's sitting, what's selling.
Yeah. The
So kind of look at it through that lens
that
first.
quick CMA function in the MLS, great way to do that and pretty quick and easy too. And then, if you're able to get like around 20 results in a
Hmm.
0.25 mile radius in the default, which is 180 days, awesome. That's
Yes.
as most dialed and accurate as you can get. If you're only getting 3 results,
Mhm.
you can either expand the geography or that date range. Maybe you look back a year.
Yes.
But yeah, the power I think is being able to say, hey guys, this is everything that has sold in the last 6 months or a year
Hmm.
within 0.25 miles of your house. That
Yes.
is accurate and
Yeah.
specific. I love it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the first lens.
Yep.
The second lens gets really, really granular. We want to, we love the 3-3-3 rule.
Sure.
So the best 3 active comps on the market, most similar to that property.
Yep.
Take the next step, call those agents, see
Mm,
what's going on with showing activity. Have they had any lowball offers? What does that look like?
yeah.
So know that information on those 3 active, the 3 pending. So how quickly did they go off the
Mm,
market? And maybe even call those agents. Are they getting full price offers? Was it 3 days on the market and now they have multiple offers, so they're over
yeah.
asking?
And agents shouldn't tell you that, but a lot of them do.
A lot of them
Will tell you,
do.
hey, oh yeah, we're under contract at this price.
Mhm.
Thank you
Or how many showings did it take
to get
to get
there.
an offer?
Yeah.
That's something that's super, super powerful, that a seller would love to know. And then the 3 best sold comps are really kinda gonna, dial in what do we think that price is potentially gonna be?
Mm,
And again, like with these comps, you want them to be as similar to your subject property as possible.
For
You know,
sure. This is where it takes the time
it takes
to
the
click
time.
through the photos
Yes.
to really find apples to apples.
Yeah, and if if you're not getting a great comp within that 0.25-mile radius or within 180 days,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
look.
another term that Thrive invented was called the AMA, the alternate market analysis,
Uh-huh.
where sometimes if you have a very unique property, sometimes you do have to look at an alternate market to get more results. And it at least gives you something to speak of.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, again with the prep, it's all about like having the knowledge, having the comps readily available. I think one more thing on comps is we want to have and use a system that we feel really, really comfortable
Mm,
with, and that showcases all of the information to a seller so it's easy for them to digest.
yes.
So we love RPR,
Yep.
Cloud CMA, although it's the
They're
most expensive one,
for a
but
reason it's the best.
yes,
Like
it
it
makes
really
it
is.
really, really easy for a seller to digest that
Yeah, there's
information.
like CMA on steroids. Like you have the live CMA that you can send that updates for the seller. It is
Mhm.
phenomenal. If you're considering spending that money, you've got the budget for it. It is worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so the last part of our prep aspect is we kind of gonna, want to build a strategy into going into this listing appointment. We want to make sure that we know exactly how we're going to execute it with the seller, based on what they've told us in that initial phone calls. Just thinking through, is it a buy sell?
Mm,
And should I bring those tools of what are your options with a buy sell?
right.
Is it was it a rental property? And so do we need to maybe see if our painter has availability in the
Mm,
next 4 to 6 weeks?
oh, totally.
Like kind of taking those steps, go above and beyond, anticipate
The
what may
solutions.
come up, anticipate those
Yeah.
solutions.
Solid.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
So
Well,
that's
now you've prepped.